Welcome to Metaphysical Hippie Chicks 2.0, where open minds meet and every conversation weaves another thread into the fabric of reality, seen and unseen. I'm your host, Susanna Messeri, psychic medium and author of Living Beyond Death. My co-hosts are Annalisa Bastiani and Terry Scalia. Join us as we journey through consciousness, mediumship, channeling, and authentic and sustaining spirituality. So let's get busy with some soul work and raise our consciousness together. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Susanna Messeri. I'm here with Annalisa Bastiani and Terry Scalia. And we are working on part 2 of the New Age Trap, Spiritual Bypassing on Steroids. And we talked a lot last week about spiritual bypassing. Annalisa, do you remember, or Terry, do you remember some of the things that we talked about that?
I'm old. Yeah. I don't remember what I had yesterday.
No.
I think what we were talking about was the fact that this toxic positivity is not necessarily helping. It's great to kind of have a positive outlook, but to make it condescending and make it feel like you're better than somebody else because you have this identity is very toxic.
Right.
Yeah, and also how you have to do the inner work in order to become enlightened or whatever you want to call it.
And we talked a lot about trauma and talked about some personal experiences and how we process trauma and how we need to take a look at our trauma and go within ourselves, take responsibility for everything that we do, that we think, that we feel, that we act upon. It's all our responsibility on who we are.
Yeah, the only way to get through it is to get through it. You have to not bypass it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's, and just for everybody, I have my notes, so if I'm looking away, I'm looking at my notes. I think today on the topics talking points more, is that at the end, I have a somatic exercise that we can do.
Cool. I love that.
So it's kind of going to be like a meditation, relaxation kind of thing.
Nice.
So let's see. Spiritual bypassing isn't stupidity, it's self-protection. And with last week's episode and this week's episode, we're not here to shame anyone.
No.
And it's very natural. It's a human experience to protect ourselves and to protect our nervous system, protect our thoughts, our brains, and our belief systems. And so we just want to make sure that everybody understands we are not shaming anyone. This is just shining a light on what spiritual bypassing is and how we can recognize it and steer away from it. So people turn to manifestation, positive thought, affirmations. Now, affirmations are very different from retraining your brain with RAS, which is reticular affirmation system. Is that right? Did I get that right?
I don't know. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah, we're going to do an episode on that.
Okay, cool.
And take a deep dive into that. All the love and light, which we talked about last episode, and just raise your vibration. That's another thing that we talked about last week. Bypassing gives people a feeling of control, a sense of superiority, and instant relief from pain. We talked about all of that and the addiction that people have to all of the mediums and channels on YouTube that offer fluff.
Yeah.
And all it does is gives you a very quick sense of fluffing your aura and feeling good, and it's addictive. And
fluffing. That was a visual I wasn't expecting.
What?
I said you said fluffing your aura, and it was a visual I wasn't expecting.
You know where fluffing
my
came
aura.
from?
Fluffing.
Let's fluff our aura.
You know where fluffing came from, don't you?
Yeah, well, I also know the other for fluffing.
Yeah, we won't go there.
No, when I was a kid, we called farting fluffing.
Wow, that conversation could get really, wow.
Anyway. Oh, please
Continuing on.
Okay, so spiritual bypassing is basically emotional dissociation dressed up as enlightenment. I can think my way out of pain. I don't have to feel it or even acknowledge it. Trauma hijacks spirituality. Trauma makes the brain do two things: avoid discomfort and seek safety. It makes us feel good. It keeps us safe. New Age spirituality offers magical thinking, instant meaning, and cosmic protection. Any thoughts on those three things?
What do you mean by cosmic protection?
Yeah.
Like the universe will protect you, my guides will protect me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, I don't have a problem with any of those things when they're like just your personal kind of arsenal of coping mechanisms.
Right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What I have a problem with is when you turn to somebody else and go, well, my guides will protect me, as opposed to, I just feel protected because I have guidance. You know, it's more of a nuance that I have a problem with.
And translate that into someone who is religious.
Yes.
God's going to protect me.
Yes, but not you. And even when, I know it sounds, I'm going to get hell for this. Even when you say, oh, God was watching out for that person who was saved by whatever. Yeah. But the other side of that is God wasn't protecting the other person that died. I mean, it gets tricky.
And then I
know we want to feel that way, but go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, I interrupted you. Sorry. And when something bad happens to someone, mm-hmm. God was punishing them.
Right. That's ridiculous. So ridiculous.
I don't know.
Ridiculous.
We're already here. We're already being punished. I couldn't resist.
Let me out of this hell.
Let me out.
By our own making, really.
Exactly.
Think about it.
Point.
Human beings are responsible for everything that's happening in this world.
Everything.
There's
everything.
It's
no demons coming in, no
Yeah.
devil coming in, making things bad. We're doing it all ourselves.
I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, what if everything we project to be wrong and evil and hurting us and every last thing, what if it's us going, you know what? I made that happen. I'm not blaming myself. I'm just saying my thinking is what created that response.
Yep. I practiced that a lot during my lifetime, and it took me a while to figure it out.
Right.
I came from abusive parents, and so when I left my abusive parents, I married abusive men.
Of course.
Okay. And I couldn't understand why, I was the victim, right? So why is this happening? What did I do? God hates me. I'm being punished for something, whatever. But it was always not my fault until I realized that it was my fault. Okay. Because I was broken inside because I felt like I didn't deserve anything better than that. And the universe has a way of bringing to you over and over and over and over again the thing that you need to fix.
Mm-hmm.
And so every single relationship, okay, except for one, but every single relationship that I ever got into with a man was abusive. Every single one except for one. And so which is why I am single, and I have been for 15, 18 years single, because I don't trust myself to not pick another abuse. It's like you're wearing this like thing on your forehead. Come abuse me.
And it's flashing.
Neon. Yes. Neon lights. You can abuse me and I'm going to be okay with it.
It's true. I mean, I have the exact same experience in my life, and the abuse obviously was different, but the end is the same. It's like, I put myself on hold. I don't want to go out there. I don't want to put myself out there. You know, whatever the answer is, whatever the situation. I mean, I could go into the long details of why I think as a kid, I started gaining weight because I was getting so much attention from older men that it was terrifying. And then an assault happened and it was like, whoop, nope, it's too scary to be thin. So I'm going to be fat girl. I'll be the friend. And that's what my dating life was like. I was the friend. I friend zoned everyone before I even knew I was doing it.
Mm-hmm. And we train our brains. Once we get conditioned to that kind of life, then we train our brains.
Yep.
And we don't think differently, and we have that internal dialogue. And let me also mention at this point, I forgot to do our disclaimer, that we are not therapists, we are not scientists, and we do not take the place of medical, psychiatric, or legal advice.
Correct. Now back to trashing everything.
So anyway, this is where the RAS system in our brain, because we train our brain, we train that because it's the filter system, and we train that to look out for certain things and to put certain things out and make us pay attention to what we place meaning on and that what we think about all the time, because it also gets, the RAS gets trained by the internal dialogue we have. And so we get ourselves into these patterns.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just a real big fan of understanding this RAS.
I think that's incredible. That's all new to me. I don't know what RAS is.
I'm not familiar with it either.
I am so thrilled that there is science that is backing what we have been saying in metaphysical and spiritual circles, is that we create our own reality.
Right.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm. Because of this RAS in our brain.
Interesting. I need to
and
look
we draw things to us. What you think about, you draw to you.
Right.
And there's been a lot of flack about that from people that don't believe in spirituality or metaphysics or anything. But that's what we do, because we put that out there because that filter system in our brain.
Ours is the only perception we have. Like our own perception, my perception of a car accident is going to be different than your perception of a car accident. It may not be a huge difference, but in some cases it is. And the fact that it's all encased in our own little brain, what that reaction is fascinating to me, because, you know, you go around thinking everybody sees the same thing. Mm-hmm. And it's completely different in some ways.
Absolutely. It's like in my case, seven kids living with the same parents. We all had different experiences.
Yep. And some of the things that we repeat to ourselves, some of that internal dialogue includes, I attracted this abuse. Everything happens for a reason. I chose this soul lesson.
See, I kind of have a problem with that. Again, it's the nuance of it, of saying that, oh, it was my fault. I did this to myself. In a way, maybe, yes, on a grander scale, we've all I was drunk up there when I decided to do some of this stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, if I'm going to go that direction and I believe that I had some hand in creating what my experience was going to be down here, sure. But when it comes to, I gave myself cancer, or whatever kind of victim thing, I just don't think blaming the victim is a positive thing.
Whatever we have designed for our life here, we're in the thick of it. We're in this reality. We're here to experience it, and nobody should be blamed or do any kind of victim blaming if something bad happens to us. And it's so wrong for us to say, well, you create your own reality.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's true. But that is so insensitive and so dismissive.
Exactly.
There's no compassion in that at all.
Agreed.
But I can say that to myself. I create my own reality.
Yourself.
You know, when something bad happens to me, the first thing I think is, what is it that I need to look at here that has made this thing happen? I look at it like, if something negative happens in my life, that is someone or something, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it, kind of showing me that is something I have to look at, and then try to figure out what is it that caused that, to happen and then do whatever I need to do to rectify that. But to say that to another person, when something bad happens to them, say something like, well, everything happens for a reason, or, you caused that yourself, or, you brought that to you. I mean, you can't just do that. It's so much deeper.
Yeah.
So much deeper than that. It's so much more personal than that.
I see what you're saying. It's extremely emotionally mature of you to do that. I'm not sure how good I am at that, but it's a whole different ballgame if you're judging somebody else by saying those other things.
Yeah, that's very judgy.
Yeah.
All right, so here's some things that are a trap. Everything is just a lesson. Then boundaries don't matter. Anger is low vibration. Grief is unhealed. Your body is ignored.
Wow.
So instead of healing, people gaslight themselves.
Jeez.
And they stay
gaslighting comes from somebody else. I mean, in my opinion, I think that gaslighting that you do to yourself often comes from a situation that you grew up in or that you had, or someone did that to you.
Yeah. My home life, both my parents were alcoholics. My dad wasn't around a lot because of his job. And I always thought that what went on in our household and the abuse that went on was normal, that everybody went through it, was living the same kind of life I was.
I think it's normal, exactly.
And I didn't understand until I was late teens, early 20s, that it wasn't right.
I had several friends who would tell me stories of growing up with alcoholic parents. And they're clearly the way they've coped with it is humor, because they're laughing about these situations that I find horrifying, that they have found, like, this is a story that I'm going to tell everyone because it's super funny. When I was 12, I was driving a car for my dad who was completely drunk. I'm just like, that's terrifying. That's not funny.
My mother. Oh God, I'm glad I can laugh about it now though. Really.
Well, yeah.
My mother used to go to a bar called the Purple Onion in Miami. And she would leave us sitting in the car in the parking lot while she went in to drink.
Oh my God. Here, you kids stay here. Roll up the windows.
Yeah. God. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, now that you can find laughter in it, that's great. I have no problem with that. It's, and I think we all should. And I have the darkest guillotine kind of humor, but when you haven't lived it, it's not your lived experience, and someone else tells you a lived experience that is like horrific, and they're laughing about it like, it's normal. That was nothing. It's like, what?
Oh, I have stories, though. I have a lot of stories.
Do you do?
Me too.
I do too.
What a life. What a life.
And we survived.
I remember when I was a teenager, when I figured out that not everyone's, hang on, I gotta plug my computer in, that not everyone has experienced the same life as I have. I remember I was a teenager. I was probably 14, 15, and we had moved to a new place in Riverside, California. And I met this girl and her brother that we became very, very good friends. And she lived down the street from me. And she invited me over to her house one day. And so I went over there, and we were sitting in the living room. We were playing cards on the living room floor. And the front, right next to like where the front door is, and the front door opened and her father walked in, and I had never met her father before. When her father walked in, I freaking froze, because I'm like, I thought all men were scary like my dad. When my dad walked in, I mean, when we heard the car pull up in the driveway, we ran like cockroaches to hide. Right. So when he walked in, and he was a really tall, big guy, not big this way, but big this way. And I was just absolutely terrified. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Who's going to get hit? What's going to happen? And I just froze, and I was just absolutely terrified. And then he looked over at us, and Cindy said, "Hey, Dad." And then he said, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And he was just the nicest man. And I'm going, what the fuck is this? What the hell is this? I don't understand what's going on here. I was just like in shock. But the most beautiful family, oh my God, her parents loved their children fiercely. They played together. They laughed together. They did all this stuff together. They were just the most amazing parents. And I had never witnessed anything like that before in my life. And I just wanted to live with them. I just wanted to move in there. They were so good to me. And that's when I realized, oh my God, what the hell's going on in my own home?
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Horrible.
All right. So how to tell if you're bypassing?
Oh, that's probably a good one.
Checklist. You might be spiritually bypassing if you feel guilty for having feelings.
You might be spiritually bypassing if.
Believe suffering means you're failing. Avoid conflict to stay high vibe. Forgive without processing. Manifest instead of setting boundaries. I'm not sure what they mean by manifest, because manifest, it's something different to everyone.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Are you manifesting your reality, or what are you manifesting?
Manifesting to me denotes that you're doing it and it's not happening to you, right? So maybe that's the crux of that, where it's like you are taking ownership of the chaos, but in a way that's not very good for you.
Yeah.
When that movie came out, what was that? And the book came out. What was that book on the manifesting? This was.
The Secret.
The Secret. It didn't resonate with me. It just seemed like it was more about bringing money to you and cars and big houses and all of that stuff. I do believe that we can manifest things, and I've seen it in action, not in my own life. Well, kind of in my own life, but it depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it for material things, that's for you, but that's not where I've ever been. I don't give a shit about material things.
Well, that was a brilliant marketing strategy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I didn't even have a problem with its tenets per se. It's just that it got oversimplified with wishing. Like, you make a wish, something could happen. Well, no, there's a whole lot more to it than just like, I'm going to set this intention and it's going to come to me. I'm going to make a wish and it's going to happen. That's not how it works.
You have to put action behind it.
Absolutely. If you sit there and wait for it, then you're not doing anything to get yourself out there.
I'm still waiting for the money tree in the backyard.
Could I have a ruby dripping tree somewhere? No, I know. I mean, like, I don't think manifestation is a lie, but I think the way people perceive it to work is not necessarily advantageous either.
Well, then there was that guy that had the sweat lodge out in Arizona where 3 people died.
I heard about that. That's right.
Yeah.
And it was all about his money. It was thousands of dollars. I think some people paid $10,000.
Holy crap.
And he just got as many people as he could to get into this sweat lodge. I don't want to call it a tent.
Yeah, but it's usually around an enclosed round space. Yeah.
And they did it completely wrong. Didn't have
Was he even Native American?
I'm sorry?
Was he even Native American?
No.
Oh, dude, that's a closed practice, isn't it?
No. He did it wrong. There's a certain way that you do it with blankets and nothing that's going to keep the heat in. You need something where the heat is going to dissipate a little bit, through wool blankets. But, and never got any kind of advice from any of the first peoples in that area on how to do it. It was all about the money. And then he ended up doing jail time.
Well, at least I got him for it.
All of that is spiritual bypassing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I read, and I don't think this is an alleged, I think this is fact, that he used cult-like things for the people to do, like sleep deprivation and food deprivation and all of that.
Yeah. That sounds real shifty.
And I'm not victim blaming and I'm not shaming the people that went, but I just want people to be aware when you're paying that kind of money, you better make sure what you're getting into and who the person is.
The vulnerability of people is, to me, it's just absolutely disgusting to take advantage of that.
I know, people want to evolve and grow and mature in every aspect of their life, especially spirituality and whatever their beliefs are.
Right. And they should be safe doing it.
They should be
Oh,
safe.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because you're going to find interest in things like I'm going to be interested in something and I'm going to look into it. I'm going to study it. I'm going to meet people and maybe participate in something. That shouldn't be like a problem. That should be safe to do that, but it's not.
Yeah.
You really
Not always. Yeah.
Exactly. You really have to take care. I was, this is just a small example, but I was early on in my tarot reading process, and I wanted to see how real the people who hang the neon signs on their doors were. Mm. And there are plenty of places even in my neighborhood where I don't know how they got the rent for where they're at, because that rent is astronomical. But here we have a little tiny room that says, come in for a reading. So I checked one of those places out. I was not vulnerable. I did not have a situation where I was desperate to find the answer to, and I felt freaked out. Some of it was dead on. Like the reading is mostly real. And then there's a time when it flips to, oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, I need to have you burn these candles. I need to have $500 so I can do. I mean, it's real to a point. Like as a medium, I'm looking at that going, okay, that tracks. And then they slap on the fear, and I know how it works now. I see how they get people to do that. And then it never stops. Like, oh, I need to do 500 more. And then this will have to happen if you do this. And I've got to protect you from this. It's such a racket to keep.
What a scam.
The absolute scam.
Tom had a client.
10 minutes for $10. That's how it starts.
Yeah. Tom had a client who had gone to someone like that who told her that she had a curse put on her and that she had demons attached to her, and they kept wanting to soak her for money. I can get rid of the demons. I can get rid of the curse. And it just kept going on and on.
Yep.
Yikes.
And that's how I feel bad for people, because there are people who are not as interested in this, so they're not going to study it enough. They're just going to find someone that for the immediate fix of getting an answer to their questions. And
especially if they're grieving.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
That pisses me off. I understand why people hate mediums because of that, because they think they're taking advantage of the grieving. I get that.
Yeah.
And no amount of convincing them that I don't do that is going to help. So fine, have your belief system in that. But I hate that as well.
Okay, so we can pretty much say that spiritual bypassing is emotional avoidance.
Yes.
And not looking at our own pain and doing things that are going to make us feel good.
Right.
Yeah, not for nothing. I hate shadow work too. I'm not a fan. I don't want to feel that pain again. I don't want to
And it never stops.
No, there's always something to kind of, work through.
Something always pops up. And when we think that we've gone through and done our work on a certain, let's say a certain event in our life, a certain trauma in our life, but the reason, I think, this is just my opinion, the reason it keeps popping up is that it gives you different angles to take a look at. Don't berate yourself because I thought I took care of this. I thought I dealt with this a long time ago. Yeah. Something's going on in your life where you're given the opportunity to get to know yourself better because you're being shown that event in a different way.
Yep.
And I would say embrace it and don't badger yourself or berate yourself for thinking you've taken care of it and it's not taken care of. Mm-hmm. You're just being shown that so you can understand yourself in another way, emotionally and spiritually.
And don't get mad at yourself for having coping mechanisms like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just let it go. Just learn to let it go.
All right. Reframing. The nervous system is the missing link. Bring it home. Most spiritual spaces skip the nervous system, which is true because our nervous system is so closely tied to how we think and how we feel, mm-hmm. and what gets repeated in our lives. Mm-hmm. All right. So what people need is safety, regulation, and permission to feel. And that's seems so simple, but I think that's really important, that a lot of people have not given themselves permission to feel, and they've been taught that.
That's so true. Even when we talk about little boys not being able to cry,
Yeah.
It's interesting how we have all these rules to survive here, and the rules are not so good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when the body feels safe, the mind doesn't need magical thinking to survive.
But I like my magical thinking.
I know.
It's a good distraction.
I like my unicorns and my fairies.
It's a good distraction.
It is a good distraction. I like things that are supernatural. I want to see supernatural stuff. I do this stuff, but I'm still in awe of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I tell people things that have happened to me, it's not because I'm bragging. It's because I'm in either shock that it happened or in awe of it, or that this really happened. This is what we can do.
Yep.
We just don't understand how powerful we are.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that my ET family has taught me over the years is, and I've heard them say multiple times, you just don't understand how powerful you are.
I've heard that from other readers too.
Yeah.
That it's just, yes, we came down here with a certain amount of amnesia for the purpose of experiencing the situation. But on the other side, they're cheering for us so much because we're so much bigger than we are allowed to believe we are.
And they are in awe of us.
Yeah, that blew me away, actually.
Yeah, that blew me away too. It's like, what?
Come on, what?
I'm supposed to bow down to you. No.
Exactly.
We are bowing down to you.
What I was going to mention before and what you were talking about is that situations and people are just mirrors for us.
Oh, yeah.
God, I hate that one.
Oh, I know.
That's what I hate.
That's the one I hate too.
Because that's also used as I'm just a mirror for you. That's also used as.
It's true, but that's been.
Yes, I understand the concept of it. Yeah. If you want to describe what the concept is, but I've had it used against me in a couple ways where it was like such a deflection, no pun intended, of what was really going on. And I was like,
that again is so dismissive to use it like that. I mean, internally, if we take a look at something that's going on in our life or people or relationships that we have, why not look at it as, what is my participation in this?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What can I do? And have you ever noticed if you ever change your own behavior, that the behavior of people around you changes?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. The problem I was having with that particular notion is that it was usually said like, well, what you don't like in me or what you don't like in that other person is really what's going on with you. Okay, if I don't like a cereal color, does that mean I don't like what's going on with me? That doesn't make sense.
That's never made sense to me either.
That's just for people who want to feel superior and to feel better about themselves and feel that they have more going on than you do.
Yeah.
It's a put down.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a real put down. All right. So I think these are a couple of truths that you don't need to transcend your pain. You need to be with it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be present with it.
Okay.
And spirituality doesn't float above the wound. It sits with it.
That's a big one.
Yeah. So do you want to do this somatic exercise?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right. I'm going to, I'll be reading this off. I don't know it by heart. I've never done it before. So make sure if you're doing this exercise along with us that you are in a quiet and safe place. You're not driving your car, standing in line at the fast food place, getting food. Okay.
I want French fries now.
I know.
Oh, stop.
I'm not going to get them.
I can't eat French fries. I can't eat any
Aw.
carbohydrates.
That's right. You can't. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, yours is different.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so this is a 5-minute somatic grounding exercise. Wherever you are, you don't have to change anything. Just notice your body. Make sure you are feeling comfortable where you are, and that you feel safe. You do not need to close your eyes. Let your eyes softly look around the room and silently, or you can say it out loud, 3 things you can see. 2 things you can hear. And 1 thing you can feel touching your body. So if you're sitting in a chair, or if you're sitting on the floor up against a wall, feel the connection that you have and what is touching your body. Feel the chair that you're sitting in. This tells your nervous system, I am here. I am in the present moment. And I am safe. And then feel the weight of your body. Let yourself feel where your body is being supported. So again, notice the chair, the floor, your back, your legs. Don't try to relax. Just notice where gravity is holding you. Your body does not need to float to be spiritual. It needs to be held. Put 1 hand on your chest and 1 on your belly. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Slow and long. Notice which hand moves more. What information are you getting from the hand that moves more? See and understand that your breath is a conversation with your nervous system. Ask your body quietly, what am I feeling right now? Don't analyze, just notice. Don't judge, just notice. Maybe it's tight, maybe it's tired, maybe it's numb. Whatever is there, let it be there. This is being with yourself. Feel your own energy. Feel your own essence. Feel your own unique vibration. If you're sitting in a chair, press your feet gently into the floor. If you're sitting on the floor, place your feet flat on the floor. Now wiggle your fingers and your toes. Look around again and name one thing that feels neutral or okay. Your body knows how to come back. Real healing doesn't happen when we escape the body. It happens when we come home to it. Be with it. Understand it. Talk to your body. Your body tells you things that you need to know. So come back and sit with yourself for a few minutes. Sit in the present moment. You are safe with yourself. There is nothing to fear about who you are. There is nothing to fear from your mind. There is nothing to fear from past events. You are here in the present moment, and your identity is all of what you have experienced in life. So give yourself a few minutes to come back. And you can do this exercise every day.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
So I think I'll put that, excuse me, I think I'll put that exercise up on my website.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, this must be pollen today. I'll put it up on my website. If I can figure out a way of allowing people to download it, I will do that. I'm not that savvy on the computer. I'll try and figure something out. But if I can't, I'll just have it all written out. I'll make a new tab on the website where you can go to exercises.
Cool.
And I'll have it on there.
Interesting stuff that came up.
Really?
Yeah, because I was expecting when you say feel your body, feel the physicality, I wasn't expecting to get a lump in my throat. And it was like this weird kind of achy, like when you're crying, kind of lump in yours or about to cry. It didn't feel like I was about to cry, but there was this definite kind of swollen soreness that kind of appeared.
Yeah. I would also suggest to people when you talk to your body, you can talk to your organs, you can talk to your nervous system, you can do all of that because your body is always speaking to you, always trying to tell you things.
Very powerful.
Yeah. I went to a chiropractor in St. Augustine and he's not a regular chiropractor. He works solely with kinesiology.
Mm.
And I don't know what he's got going on, what he connects with, but whatever it is, he's really brilliant at what he does. And he listens to a person's body. And then he does the kinesiology because the body doesn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
And he can tell what is going on with the body, the organs, and then he knows what to do to kind of physically release that.
Fascinating.
It's the first time I've had that experience. First time I went to someone like that.
That's amazing.
All right. So I think we can wrap this up. And
It was lovely.
Very good.
I don't know, it just gives me a lot to think about.
Definitely. Just the stuff that I was feeling in my body that I haven't been listening to. The tightness, the ear ringing. I didn't know I had it ringing in my ear until you asked me to listen for something, and I went, I can only hear ear.
That was the first thing that came up with tinnitus or tinnitus. I think this is the way you pronounce it now.
It is. Great, got that going on.
Any thoughts, Terry? How was that for you?
It was good. And I was, when you said about the hug part,
That being held. Yeah.
being held, I envisioned myself as a small child and being held by a mother that actually loved. I'm going to show you this picture. Hold on. I'm going to show you a picture of me when I was little. Let's see if I can focus in on that. I was here a second ago.
Oh, right. Hold it.
In front of your face.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Look at that cute little girl.
Oh, so cute.
Aren't you cute?
That little girl did not need to be abused. She did not deserve to be abused.
Exactly.
Nope.
And I envision myself holding her sometimes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And just loving her and saying, it's okay. You're going to get through this.
And you did.
And I still am. It's a work in progress.
Always.
Yeah. Sometimes I think of myself as the little girl going back as an adult and telling her everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not this experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Deep stuff.
I guess we can wrap this up and get ready for our next episode, which we have a guest coming on.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about grief and signs that she's getting from her husband.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things to talk about is when people give you signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can talk a little bit about mediumship, and especially with grieving people where it's not the person in spirit that needs time. It's the people here that are grieving that need time.
Yeah. Oftentimes you do a reading right after somebody has died. It's fine for the spirit to come through, but it's not going to make it through the grief of the other person. So it's difficult for them to feel them or to see their signs.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We look forward to talking with all of you again, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. And we all sincerely mean that we love and appreciate you and the community that we're building here. And we can't do it without you. And we're all human, and we're all having a human experience here. And we understand you. We understand what you're going through. And so we do love you and appreciate you. And we'll see you next time.
Comment, subscribe, and share.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
If this episode resonated with you, please follow, turn on notifications, and share it on your favorite social platforms. And tag us so we can grow this community together. We love you, we appreciate you, and we will see you next time.